eligible. Definitely not
Easy
ineligible.
loot. It's easy loot.
We are ineligible.
Oh, Micro Machines
Ineligible.
is so good.
What was that?
I don't know.
Oh,
Micro
Microwave.
Machines is so good. Micro Machines is so good a game that no one's ever heard of because they're too young. They're uncultured in the way of video games. But that game's not on that top 100 list. Get out of my face, James. Where is it? Oh, it's gone.
I threw it somewhere.
That's great. It's good. So a 4v4 retake on B. Never really a fun prospect if you are the CT side, especially with no grenades to help you out, and a fair chunk of time has already expired as they group up. In they go though, looking for success, and they find only failure.
Yeah, you don't
Quite
often
literally.
see that. Usually teams have like a plan with a smoke for checkers or... Nah. It's super hard to retake that site like that.
What do they choose to do? Will it be a late buy, or will it be a... Okay.
Negev.
The super late buy, Nifty, of course, will not. He will be prioritized. He will have the AWP no matter what, and we love to see that. We definitely do. I think we are unanimous on this desk in loving to see that. I remember when somebody made a mock-up of a fade stat track counter that would fade between colors. It's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait,
why do I care about that?
what, are you talking about the actual like stat track box?
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
So you care as well. I feel like something is wrong with us.
It would be cool. It's okay to
I
like.
guess.
It's okay to like things, Dan. It's okay to show emotion.
Okay, alright.
All the time, and Jacob looks away, gets a kill anyway, and he is surrounded, and there aren't many bullets in that gun. Nifty, the USP will not get very far. So this is pretty good for Team Liquid. This anti-force buy, they've lost one player, and it may remain that way, although Azza is headed in their direction.
Do you have any estimations as to how this is going to go, Sean? Like Liquid's T-side cash, Renegades CT side cash?
I'm not really sure what Liquid's bringing to their T-side cash these days. I know their CT side's very strong. Like their A side defense is just ridiculous. And then on the B side, they often save nades and they use them reactively. A lot like how teams do on Inferno. And if a hit comes, they'll like smoke off B main or smoke off checkers, which makes things very, very difficult for T's coming in. But yeah, with that being said, I think Renegades is actually one of the better teams that I played on Cash throughout my time at Misfits. I thought we were a really good Cash team. And both of these two teams were teams I feared on the map. But with that being said, Liquid was vetoing it a lot towards the end of last year. So it's interesting to even see them play it.
I'm curious how Renegade's CT side will look. I have like this mental note, and when I see Renegades and Cash, one thing I think is problems with dealing with mids, but I don't know how that will look right now, but there's some kind of mental note that I have, so we'll see how that develops. But just to have to deal with the... oh, we saw this from SK a bunch, just an anti-eco, anti-force buy rounds splitting with 3 men up highway. We saw a lot out of SK versus C9, I believe. And it was pretty promising, especially in rounds like that. So up onto Nifty. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they decide to open up this CT side. Don't have the best utility though. No kits.
Not the best spawns either. Nifty starting towards the B bomb site. We'll pay attention and see if he rotates here and there. He's got himself the Mortis AWP. We're all big fans of that. Mine's called Rigor Mortis because I'm a genius. Lurker Nafly quickly moving away from the B bomb site after showing some presence. But Nifty will be entrusted with the B bomb site on his own, on his lonesome. On his Jack Jones, Sean, on his own.
Jack Jones
On his Jack Jones.
Cockney rhyming slang again.
Oh my gosh, not this again.
Jack Jones.
My favorite one is Tea Leaf. But I don't know what the entire thing is. But Tea Leaf means thief. I forget what the rest is, but it means thief. You dirty Tea Leaf. Oh, the push comes in and it's going to be quite troublesome. I love how long Istillo really waited to show his presence, gets a double, and creates the eventual 1v2 here for Nitro to try to play out, and Nitro has time. He can really mess with Renegades here, and one of the biggest issues might be Nifty, but he might be able to circumvent Nifty, currently standing in the middle position. Now, Nitro, he's going for the bunny. He's not too fortunate with the bunnies, but he's going to get a plant here. This is going to be really interesting how he plays this. He won't have many options.
It's a bad plant, Dan.
Oh, he's
The off-angle. Oh, Nifty going for the hero play, but not on this occasion. Look, ooh, I like the off-angle that Nitro took, though.
It was a great off angle because he was blocked from heaven. So if someone kind of came out heaven, he would be able to react to that.
It's genius.
I think Nifty probably assumed he was going into checkers, so he just chose to try and run past. But it did not work out for him. There was a smoke into Z connector. Early boost for Elige, but there is a player close behind the smoke. He can dance around with that. There he is. There he goes. All the guns full to his favor. You see the spray through the smoke by the T-Warehouse lurker. Always an important spray to do. Stop the CTs getting close fast under the boost. Sometimes with the smoke down, you'll see players run diagonally across, which is why you'll often see Ts spraying in that position. Default Molotov, you can do that from the sunroom as well. One CT is in the smoke. Nitro checking for everything, planting for checkers. Nifty standing there with the USP. Now fly checking though, being careful, but the reload is in and the smoke dissipates, and he's not being watched, making ever so sure that nobody is up to any nonsense.
No nonsense on that fly. None.
No dilly-dallying. That's not Cockney rhyming slang, but when I was queuing for Wimbledon tennis one year, a chap was walking around the grass, because it was a long queue, it was on the grass in the park, saying, "No dilly-dallying." I don't know what the purpose of it was, but it did add some atmosphere. Queuing like British people do, it was beautiful.
Maybe he wanted to feel like he had some kind of control over people.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you to do something.
No dilly-dallying. Glorious phrase. $5,000 to $6,000 for these Renegades players. They've got the money, they've got the cash, the grenades, utility, the AWP, but do they have a round out of this, what they've purchased? That is the question. Nafly 9-1, Nitro 7-0.
So the defaults here from Liquid are send Steel towards B. Doing that look. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, nice! That's so fast. That's so damn fast. I love it.
Real fast.
And that's going to give them an early 5v4. That's the ideal spot if you're on the T side. Everyone loves that position. With so much time left and predictable rotations from the CTs, you get a wealth of options that are just very advantageous. So we'll see how they try to do this. Typically, you expect CTs to void middle and to actually push B storage or A storage, or A main. Those are the two most common responses, but they actually stay checking on mid. And Yustela wins the 1v1. That's actually a massive kill.
Yeah, I would like seeing a flash right there.
Goodbye Twist, 4 versus 3. Liquid with the bomb in main, but they're losing numbers. JKS is flanking Steel. Has a good idea of his awareness, so their options have been taken away. And again, JKS is playing for containment. He does not need to flank and go and kill these players. He just needs to enable the rest of his team to focus on the other half of the site. There is no way they check for, oh, maybe there is. Surely Elige does not check this corner. And that is the bomb as well. So JKS in his containment may have won the round. 23 seconds. His teammates can rotate towards the B bomb site rather than help JKS in this situation. So even if Steel gets the kill, he can't win the round.
Really well played by JKS. Wow.
I love containment plays. I love containment plays.
Yeah.
I really like the idea here from Liquid, though. They get this pick on the A side. They know the highway player is going to rotate into the A side. They can get mid pretty much for free. But the overextension by Nitro to try to catch that guy at white box was really important to how the flow of that round played out.
Yeah, it's a big frag from Usillo. They go for a fast mid take actually. Actually even extinguishing the Molotov. A lot of teams actually wait, but this is very fast from Team Liquids. They will not be stopped. And Renegades have A main. So Renegades are kind of happy to void mid here. This is okay for them to do because they have that A main control. And we'll see that Azza can actually check mid as well. I like that Renegades are set up here to keep tabs on the situation, and they can even possibly make plays. So they've been quite active this round. Yet Liquid have not seen that much, and they don't know that they have A main just yet. And actually Usillo is actually falling back out. He's going to go for a deep smoke, but will he go back into the site or not? Looks like he's still staying in position in case they push the smoke. I like that Liquid have cut noise here as well. Some interesting things going on here. The timing of Renegade is fantastic.
Usillo gets taken down on the A side, and Nifty's unable to hold. Ooh, the taps as well. That is a violent round from Team Liquid. Jacob going for the default grenade, but it's far from a default plant. Ooh, hello JKS. Not expect. Oh, okay. Nafly gnaws that one right up. Nitro and Steel remain in this 2-1-2 retake now, but the flank Steel's coming in from the back. He will not miss the shot. Flashbang as well for Jacob. Will he see it coming? He won't. He's completely blind. No peek from his teammate though. But surely they have the info. That bomb is quite ticked. Jacob has no defuse kit. 1 for 6, not wanting to go 1 for 7, trying to back out of there. But Nitro says Nitro no.
I really wish we had someone to get that soundbite. Don't think we do though. You're safe. That was a good one. And by good I mean appalling, embarrassing, wholly embarrassing. Oh, the taps this round were really nuts. Honestly, look.
That was filthy.
That was lovely. And this, that one there was my favorite one. That was my favorite.
How do you guys feel about like the fact that Nitro is technically the primary opper, but he's willing to be like, hey Twist, you can op on T-side cache. Hey Twist, I'm okay with you opping T-side cobble.
I like that kind of thing.
Yeah, he's so versatile.
I think it's awesome. Like,
yeah,
I wish more teams did stuff like that. Like players having less of an ego and just being like, okay, I'm definitely not good at opping on this half of this map. Someone else can do it if they want to.
I like it because Nitro, just because he's also leading, he's got like he's thinking from more of a macro perspective as well. He's like you know what, he's looking at how the round's going to play out. Whereas I think some players, they care about their performance, and they're actually not thinking from like the macro level of like, how is the round actually going to play out? So what is actually like, what do I really need to do in this spot? And that's cool. I'm with you. I'm with you, Sean.
Actually, we saw Fallen do it when then Stewie was opping B and
that's true.
Cole was opping mid.
Yeah. Stewie's op is really good. Like
it is
really, really, really good. Stewie is insane.
Yeah,
I mean, just in every level, he's just very insane. He's one of those players that has this. I feel like when Stewie's playing, he's like playing on like a faster tempo, like twice as fast as just anyone he's playing with. So like sometimes when you watch him play 1v1s, I feel like he's made 10 small decisions in the time that the other guy's made like 3 or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually nuts how fast he is. Sometimes that can be your downfall, but he's very, very, very good with that style of play.
Yeah, Launders actually made a really cool video like outlining one of the rounds he had on Cash a while back.
Well, how about this round for Renegade? Lining up for Azza almost. Jacob can get one more. JKS is here as well, and well, there is opportunity here for Renegades, despite how it looks, because Elige and Nitro are heavily tagged. And how many rounds can Renegades afford to give up? You still want a slow flank, which Twist may be looking for. Now, if Twist can get to Sunroom, he's got a nice diagonal towards the vent area, but it seems that they're not going to go for this.
I don't think Renegades could have made a better decision at the start of the round. Their setup was actually perfect, but they just couldn't follow through. They had they had the push, which caught the T's off guard on the timing. Neither of the two players could frag out as much as they should, and then you had the last guy, which you do not expect on that angle. They're still lined up, and still doesn't do enough damage. It almost seems like that's how you would play the round if you knew they were going to rush that position.
Deathmatch B.
very frustrating when you feel like you've played the round out like positionally or decision-making wise like perfectly, but you just can't get the connections.
I was really admiring Nifty making that jump too.
Yeah.
So nice. He makes a lot of cool jumps when he plays. Like he's one of the few players I've seen make the cobble jump to on top of the tree.
Yeah.
Flat. One of the few players I've seen do that in a pro match.
Nifty will hold mid on his own for the time being. Looking for a boost, and a boost is on the way. Sure, it will be delayed. Still unable to escape. Ellie trying to protect the weapon. Azza is there as well. Going back towards the MBK position. And is this a disposal service? I don't know. Oh dear. But again, there's one more player here, and this is where the round may be won.
It's like deja vu for Liege.
Yeah, Nifty and Jacob remain. Ooh, Nifty's close though, but he's been traded, and now Jacob in a 1 versus 2 with a CZ. This is doable. This most certainly is, but he definitely needs that element of surprise. Could come card, could come, well, pretty much anywhere at this point. So 4 places to defend for Team Liquid. He could catch somebody off guard. There is a gun to his right. I think it's an AWP. Now he's been spotted. And now he's been swatted.
Renegades in a really rough spot right now. This is not looking good. He's just kept peeking that angle after his teammate died.
I feel like Renegades are like kind of unfortunate. I think they've had a lot of... I've actually been impressed with quite a few of the rounds they've played, but I feel like they've just sort of been unfortunate in some of them, the way that the shots have kind of fallen. But Naf, he'll try to apply some pressure here. Nifty has a really good angle, like off angle, that he could potentially push, and he may try to be active here. He may have heard Naf running back. I'm not sure if the flashbang would have covered the footsteps for that, but if Nifty heard that, that's a very big tell. And Liquid indeed will set up for the A push. 3 from door.
Not out onto the site just yet though. Elige the Lurker taken out, and Liquid still wait. They've used practically all their grenades. There's one molly. Azza awaits, avoids the flashbangs, and now comes the push from Team Liquid. Slowly but surely, JKS caught throwing a grenade towards the forklift position, but he's still alive. Now he's dead. 3 versus 2. Renegades have Jacob for the flank, and Nifty going towards the car position. Can they get one more round?
Yeah, it's looking really grim, isn't it? Maybe if Nifty can get something fast, there's an opportunity. He's got the incendiary for forklift potentially, or well, for a variety of positions, but fork is one of the harder ones to clear without it. And he'll get it in there. Oh, the setup was almost perfect. JKM slightly too slow. Nifty will get a quick pick off onto Naf, but if only the kill could have fallen onto Twist around A main, then they could have made it work. But unfortunately for them, it will not work out for them.
It's brutal. This is brutal. I feel like they're just grind into these 3-on-2s that every round into post plants or 2-on-2s, and Renegades get this false sense of hope that they could retake the site. And just they can never really save enough guns to just string together constant buys. And
yeah, it's actually, it feels like one of those games.
Yeah.
You know, hashtag one of those games for Renegades, unfortunately for them, but it does happen. If only they could be like, hit her on. He's won 1,000 Faceit points.
If only that. Double boost coming in from Team Liquid. As we're playing close to the smoke. Has he been spotted? Perhaps Elige saw him. He will face, he will die, he will fall on his own. He's got no players around him, no players to save him, no players to mourn him. Nifty with the AWP. They've got a man advantage, Renegades. 2 players in mid for Liquid, and the bomb is at the entrance to main, and that is going to most certainly help. Twist on the AWP once again, still keeping an eye on things. Has this bomb been spotted? Is somebody around the corner? These are questions that Liquid must answer.
I must somehow expect there to be, again, like the hope dangled in front of Renegades, and then for it to be dashed again. After that kill from Twists,
Yeah, it's feeling that way, right?
Yeah, it's
Like, it's just one of those games where it's not going to go Renegades' way at almost.
unfortunately, and they're in a disadvantage now after starting out like pretty well. It's just that late round situation where it's a 2v2, the T's are always going to be an advantage. They have maximum utility, basically. They're lacking flashes, but 2 mollies and 2 smokes. That is going to make life very difficult. Plant will come in and the initial smoke is thrown. KG there. Oh, the catch from Twist very fast. And it's a 1v2, and again.
No armor.
Oh, yeah. Again, can he find an AWP, maybe? Or is he gonna? He's just repositioning and he's gonna go for it.
It's gonna be very hard without armor.
No
2
Kevlar.
one-taps.
I mean, no diffuse kit either. He's got to find a headshot soon. Trying to catch somebody out of position, and at this point, it's pretty much a suicide run. A suicide effort. It's a kamikaze.
It's kind of smart in a way because Renegade's economy is obviously not perfect, and they could very well think, hang on, he's probably saving actually. And so I feel like there is a world where someone sort of makes an impatient mistake and pushes too soon and he gets a 1v1, but that AWP shot on
That's
Nifty,
a big kill that round.
that did it, yeah. 11-1, poor Renegades.
Quick question, when hitting around one of those points, is there someone like clicking the button, like not deciding who wins, but like, you know, timing it?
What's that, sorry?
Is
Timing
someone
what?
to decide like when someone will win X amount of points?
well,
Or is it
more
just a
than-
time thing?
More than one person is winning points at the same time. There
Oh.
are multiple people winning points.
But only that one shows up on the screen?
yeah.
That's cool.
Only one person can be selected for glory.
So it's like automated.
We have a
There's
glory
not someone
selector.
in control of like deciding when someone wins points.
Well, not every single drop, because who has time for that?
Yeah, I don't know. I want to meet the guy if he exists.
We are a company of automation,
Yeah,
Sean.
that technology.
Facer.com.
That technology exists.
Have you learned the link yet for the YouTube stream?
Yes.
What is it?
/ face it.
He's actually right. I actually
I looked at
expected
it
you
before I
to
came
get
in
it
today. Jerk.
11-1. Renegades looking to double their score.
Bully.
As they're holding down a mid position for now, and the focus seems to be on B.
Whoa.
Very big entry there from Elysian to JKS. They are melting away, these Renegades players, but they aren't going down without a fight. The bomb will be actually slowed down to its planting spot, and Stillo on the flank is doing some damage as well. So after an initial good look from Team Liquid, they're starting to really hurt in this site take, and they are stuck on the bomb site as now the grenades are raining in. Surely there's no way Liquid can hold this. It's down to Steel and Nitro, and they are progressively getting weaker and weaker. Just Steel left. The spray won't find the last opponent, and Stillo clutches it out for a second round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
I
go.
love the way Nitro bunny hopped through that Molotov to. He basically made JKS panic when he entered the site. That's why I was like, whoa.
That was a tight shot. Such a scrap for one round. And it may be fortunate that this has come at the end, where the risk of reset is, the impact is quite limited. With only 2 rounds to go, but let's see if they can win another one, Renegades. Very fast boost from Team Liquid with 2 players. 3 players, in fact. Maybe because they know Nifty's here. Elysian with the wide peak, Twist with the close one. Look at the positioning from Nifty, though. Absolutely absurd. Does he assume a player is below him? Seems he wasn't aware. Azert will trade. And there's still a man advantage here for Renegades. The bomb has to be rescued from mid.
Yeah, great round so far from Renegades. The 4v3. It's going to be a comfortable position to play from. And it's always difficult to know about Jacob. That box position at the end of checkers is very precarious to deal with late round. And we'll see that JKS will win the 1v1 against Steel. The fire is put down as well. 3 rounds now for Renegades. They are making some inroads here. They're getting some rounds. And there's a chance at a 4th one as well. And with a pistol victory, maybe you can imagine a 7-11. Then it's game on. But it is a bit of work until we reach that point for them.
Yeah, I'm really glad they won that round because that could make this a match.
Yeah.
You see, actually, Liquid's economy is broken. They only won 2 rounds in a row after being up 11-1, which is crazy. And that just shows how close those rounds were. It just kept coming down to 2v2s, 2v3s.
Oh, flash. Didn't see that one coming. But the charge continues from Renegades.
I love it, actually. I really like that 3-man push. Especially if they expect the B-rush. I feel like it's a really good way to handle it. And they get so much information. If they've left someone in Sunroom, the advantages for them, it's just insane at this point. Nifty.
Shadow will show for Nitro. And that will most certainly help. Nice spray transfer at the end there. 4 rounds for Renegades.
Good close to that half by them.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
This is going to be a real tough game. Actually, the times when they did decide to go aggressive on B storage at CTs, they were actually correct. Every time they always pick good spots for it.
It seemed like Azar would have had to be running backwards, right, to not get blind, because the first guy couldn't really turn from that flash. So I wonder if that's like designed in their push. So really cool.
But now they have to win the pistol round. That's a lot of pressure on that. They have opted for 4 Kevlars, and Nifty's going to go smoke flash. I imagine he bought a second flash. Or maybe it's that bug where it just doesn't show.
Yeah, that happened to us yesterday.
Okay, it is, apparently. Confirmation from Sliggy and Eamon. And Adam. The men responsible for ruining my career with poorly placed soundbites. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Wow, they were so ready for that.
Oh my god. We're surrounded, James, on all fronts.
What is to become of this pistol round, we ask?
Yeah, we probably should, yeah. Actually, you're actually right. Nothing's happened almost. Just at least you think that's it.
We are the kings of having something to say when nothing's going on, though, so it's fine.
Yeah.
The absolute kings. I'm not a king, I'm the ace of this. You're the king. Now flies in the corner, and that's where he'll lie. Players moving towards the headshot position. There are T's all over the place, and Liquid do not have much, if any, response to all of these frags that are coming out from Renegades. There it is. What can you say? Pistol round 1 by Renegades. They're back in this match.
So, Sean, what do you Renegades have to watch out for regarding Liquid's CT side? Do you have any insight?
Just Nitro and Elige are just very good at just nesting up in the A site. Like they don't even need to play aggressive. Most people play aggressive and push A main or push door. I remember from my time playing Liquid, them just sitting back in the site and just being very difficult to deal with. Like Nitro by quad, Elige by highway. But I think Twist might have rotated towards the A site, and he's still actually really, really good at playing the A site.
Okay, look forward to seeing how the A dynamics work out, and also whether or not this is going to be a clean round for the Renegades, because with PT50s and just CZs mostly out, it can often get a bit scary sometimes. And Nitro is going to have a really good close range position to not only get sound cues, information, but also, I was just like sort of pausing to see how much he can hear. He can hear a lot, actually. He's got Twist with it. Honestly, Liquid's positioning is actually incredibly scary right now. The flank is, oh no, this is nuts. Nitro's coming in on the back. Oh, this is insane. Oh my god, coming in from the back. The knife could even be there. He's gonna swip out the AK. A second frag for Nitro. Could almost be a third. It's been denied, but it's a 3v3 now. Absolute disaster. 45 seconds to go. And Twist is in the action as well. He's taking down one from the back. Oh, it's chaos. They have no idea what's going on. Steel's poking and prodding now. Oh my god, it's a desperation run to A.
37 seconds left. Team Liquid have done a lot of damage here. Elige knows his run is safe. Are there weapons to collect on the way? Steel coming in from the car position with the CZ. Bomb gets planted default. Steel trying to cover everything. Great timing for him on Elige, and now becomes difficult for Steel. They'll hear the CZ and may have confidence in the double peek, although Yusilo is tagged. Ooh, 6 bullets for Steel. It is a long reload. He wants to use these bullets. In fact, if he reloads, he's only got enough for 1 clip anyway. There is a kill. Elige had a weapon in main, but again, no time. Is Nifty on the default box. A nice swipe from Steel, but not quite on the mark.
Was it Yusilo that peeked right at the end? Like on quad?
I think that's Nifty, no?
Is it
Nifty? Oh,
still
you
killed
mean in the
the leash.
2v1? You mean in the 2v1?
Yeah, and the two, because the quad player was the one with the very low health, like dying
Yeah.
one bullet type of health. I was very surprised that there was the peak for info,
Yeah.
and then the re-peak for frag.
Yeah.
That was that could almost have lost in the round there. We saw how close it was at the end, but
That
very
was-
damaging round regardless.
I feel like Liquid was like 4 steps ahead of Renegades that entire round. And it was the same thing as the Cobble round. I think they just took too many fights. And this is kind of going back to the thing that I was talking about earlier, where I feel like Europeans do a good job of just waiting. When they're flanking, they know to like not take that engagement all the time and just keep map control. Like I think if, say the B guy didn't take that fight, or if the second A flanker didn't take that fight and just left Nitro on the boost, they probably just filtered them back into them. Like Renegades had no idea where
Yeah.
Liquid was that round.
So it's a really good point. It was something we talked about yesterday, maybe, where I was making the point that sometimes when you get like an initially fast-paced play, where there's a couple frags that happen quickly, it's hard for some players to stop, and they'll just keep going on that pace, even though it's the incorrect play. Like Nitro, for example, he goes to the third frag, which he doesn't have to. He like tries to peek into it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other ways for him to play that, and as you say, his teammates as well. It seemed like they were all on the rush down there, so which can work, but we'll see now whether Liquid with the first buy round with the M4s can get themselves the round. They actually have no kits, which I've seen teams lose rounds like this just because they didn't buy a kit, so we'll see how that plays out.
Steal. Will he be in a position to be flashed by his teammate? Well, his teammate's exited the B bomb site. Steals has been left on his own as he tried to hide behind the box. Was he spotted? Many questions to be answered by Renegades in the coming minutes and seconds. And here comes the push. No one checking the box. Steal emerging immediately, but getting wrecked by JKS. Too early, perhaps, trying to support his teammate, but they'll both go down. And perhaps that will be the round. Liquid are moving forward, though.
Again, remember there's no kit, so that extra 5 seconds really hurts. And they won't go for it, which is a smart choice. With 3 guns surviving, you can have 5 guns, you know, typically moving into the next round. Although, what's their loss bonus? How many rounds have they lost in a row? It's 4 now. Yeah, okay. So yeah, they absolutely have a 4 buy with 3 members surviving. 2 M4s can be dropped, 2 M4s can be rebought, leaving 1 player with a little bit of extra cash later on for an AWP. So that will work out nicely. And Renegades, would you look at that? 8 to 11. They're on the way back.
Yeah, and this is honestly why a lot of like super strategical teams dislike Cash, is because you can get away with super aggressive, loose strats like that, like just pop flashing through the B main smoke and just catching one guy off guard. It kind of favors that play. And then on CT side, you can play super aggressive as well. So that's part of the reason why I like Cash, is just because you can, it's open to so many different styles of playing. And Renegades making use of that scrimmy style on that round.
Let's see if Liquid can somehow adapt to it and eventually diffuse that style of play, force adaptation. Maybe difficult without AWPs to bring to bear, which will not be experienced for a little while. Liquid seem to have read this. They've got 3 men rotating towards A already. They've got a man deep on middle as well. So this looks like it could be a very strong defense. It starts off pretty well. Twist playing around the red container. Everyone's going down. Lovely fight from Twist there right at the end, dropping the bomber. And this has fallen straight in its face for Renegades. Something that JKS may soon do in the 1v4. Indeed.
4 flashbangs. Erratic timing. Very careful for Team Liquid. Marvelous stuff.
Yeah, you gotta love that boost in Z. Just gave them all the info, you know. No Renegades aren't in mid. You can see them just, the cavalry's in the A bomb site before Renegades ever even gets out.
It definitely goes back to your point about them being steps ahead. We saw it on their CT side of Cobble as well. They were generally much better than Renegades at getting information and reacting to it quickly.
Yeah.
Both teams on the buy once more. Here comes the boost. Have they learned their lesson? Look at the space. That's a big gap. There's always a gap in the corner of this smoke. Oh
Wow.
boy! Twist! Oh, could have been 3. Perfectly timed Molotov as the door opens. stop any peek from Azza and gives Twist time to reload. Oh my days, that was disgusting.
It's funny as Twist is the one that got that pick last half. It's like, you're not fooling me with my own trick.
Yeah, it was a bigger gap than normal as well. You wouldn't always see an AWPer there, but with that one, Twist was most certainly sure people were in position. Sure he had the scope as well. Perhaps from earlier on.
I like this. JKS walking out into the B site, gets the frag on steal, won't expect the second player, playing a close position. Naf now, it's his job to delay. Delay, play safe, don't have to go for the frags. They don't have much time, and you just have to hold on to the B-bomb side. The rotation's coming in. Azza spotted the second player, he's taken down, which means they know exactly what's going on, and Naf will win the battle. Well played by Liquid. They've taken control of the game away from Renegades, and Renegades have run out of the dosh, the cash.
Dosh?
The greenbacks. Dosh.
Dosh,
It's
slang for cash.
Yeah, UK slang.
Ah.
The dosh.
Oh, he was exposed.
Sounds like Bosch. With a D. Not to be confused with Bosch.
Well done, Dan.
Yes. Yes.
Pistols out for Renegades. Absolutely no grenades whatsoever. So after initial grenade from the CT side, what are their options? They have deagles. So they've got some longer range weaponry.
Woof.
But so does Nitro. Lovely shot. Doesn't even need to scope in twice. Very accurate indeed. Renegades can try to close the distance with some highway play perhaps, some numbers game. And they will have lurkers towards main as well. Used to running distraction as Azza tries to get something done, but we have the ranges being played by Liquid. They will not get caught out easily.
And Twist just begging for it. Peek me. Peek me. Nitro and Leech will be the ones getting the frags though. And that's 14 rounds for Team Liquid. Renegades staring down the barrel of defeats. And they have one goodbye to stop such an outcome at the hands of Team Liquid. But Team Liquid are now beginning to look more confident and more formidable on the CT side. Now they have secured economy. They have the AWP, they've got 4 utility, they've got kits. Team Liquid are scary right now. What do Renegades have to break them? Quick mid play, it seems.
Sandbag. It's weird because that guy's already out before that molly even blows up, so it's kind of pointless at that point.
Ooh, very quick split of the B bomb side, but the CTs are ready for some of it at least. 3-on-3 as the lead tries to get something done here. Doesn't see the player on the box as well. Just about missing the mark. Still a 3-on-3. The lead bounces out of that position. Did it make a play towards headshot for the CTs? Where is the smoke headed from Nitro?
It's going to be a tough one to hold on to. The CT's now ready to go in. They're starting to toss the nades. Deep position the T's as they hide behind the boxes. JKS still finding an angle to work with as he plays the crouch game, but he crashes back into the flames and it gets it spread. Oh dear. What the worst has happened. Can Azza save them? The plant is for him. The peek comes in. It's an instant headshot. But there's still plenty of time here for it to be defused. And that's going to be match point here for Team Liquids. Very unfortunate for Renegades again. But a great retake from Team Liquid. Patient stuff.
Man, that's heartbreaking that molly actually ended up killing JKS because I think he was about to win that round for Renegades, actually. He was probably about to get the kill on the Heaven guy. And I was actually wrong with the sandbag molly. So they did that to throw off the pacing. And Liquid would have never expected a fast B hit. So I was really pleasantly surprised when I saw them come flying through the vent. It was a cool tactic.
Nice. Attention to detail. Don't know about websites, Sean, but you do know about Counter-Strike. You still popped off in the middle position, and it may be the curtain call for Renegade. Perhaps the show is about to be over. Better finish your popcorn. JKS holding the angle. Elige cannot overextend. This is an interesting position, but I wonder if he would see it first. Just trying to rotate. We've got stereo frags around the map, but it's only 2 Renegades players remaining. They have the bomb, but don't have a lot else. Nifty gone as well. So it's Azza on the A site versus 3. Bomb at the entrance to main. So the CTs don't know, but they don't need to know. Twist is too much on this occasion. 16